Hello, I'm Aisha. I'm speaking to you from Qatar. This whole video is in regard to an incident that happened to me last Tuesday, and it is about my family members, that is my children's ID getting expired for the last 2 years. We are residing here for the last 2 years, almost 2 years, like by this March it will be 2 years, without our IDs being renewed. We came here on 2017 on family visa under my husband's sponsorship. We all are Indians. I was in India for some time as my father has passed away, and then I came back here pregnant for my third baby, and I was 9 months pregnant when I had an issue in my family, and me and my husband had to be separate from each other. So for the past 3 years, me and my husband, we are separate from each other, and in between these times he got married to another lady who's also an Indian, and I think he have a child in it. That was what I was informed by somebody. But the issue now is that, see, all our IDs are expired, mine as well as my three children's. My third baby don't even have an ID since his birth. We just have his birth certificate and all those books from the Ministry of Public Health here in Qatar. That's it. He don't have an ID at all. And me and my three children, we were having IDs till 2019 March, which was expired and then was not renewed. So I approached the family court and they gave me an order to renew my IDs by myself without my husband's help. We have certain issues with my husband. My husband had been I don't know what he is doing out there. He had been creating a lot of problems. Once I got order from the court to renew my visa, he just went to the CID office here, CEID, and reported to them that we have just ran away from him and he don't want us to renew our visas. It's like we had gone absconding. So he had filed an absconding case against us, and they have given me a call asking me to go to them. So I went to them. I told them it is not right. This is the situation. I produced them with all the papers that I had from the court, and we also had some family cases going on between us. Like there was a divorce case that he filed against me. So I went to them, I produced them with all the details. Then they asked me to come after a week. So I waited for a week and then I went there after a week, and then they will tell me, okay, come after 2 weeks. So again, we'll be waiting for these 2 weeks to pass on, and then when we go, they keep on repeating. They will be saying that it's not yet over, the procedures are not yet over, there are some officials have to sign some documents or so on. And they again will ask me to come after 2 weeks. That this keep on repeated for almost 3 months, and then they asked me to go to the immigration. Once I went to the immigration, now they will tell me, okay, the procedure from CEID is not yet over, so we need to wait. So again, they will make us wait for 2 weeks. They will come. They will ask us to come after 2 weeks, and then again, the weeks will pass to months, and for a months and months and years have passed now. Until now, no procedure has been done, and I had been going uh, to visit these offices. Once I go to immigration, they will tell me like the procedure from CEID is not yet over, so you go back to CEID and speak with them. So again, I'll have to go back to CEID office, and then they will be saying the same thing, like all their documentation part is over, you go to the immigration and do whatever procedure has to be done from immigration. So I have to run back and forth from immigration to CID and from CID to immigration. This was what they had been doing with me for the past 1.5 years, and this had been happening before the starting of coronavirus pandemic shutdown. Okay, so after that there was a gap, like there was a shutdown, and then we were not able to go to the officials. So then uh, after uh, like after the month of June, July, by that time, a lady called Noura, she gave me a call, and she told me that the file has just reached her. She works with the CEID office, and she's in the technical department of CEID, and she just got my files now, and she need me to come to her office. Then I said that, see, I have been coming to your office, and then they will say they will ask me to go to immigration, and this had been happening for the past 1.5 years. So now what else do you need from me? So she was like, she just received the file right now, and she wants me to go and visit her. Fine. I went there, I talked to her, then she told me that now my husband has gone to CID office the second time and filed another case against me. This is not the first one. This is another case that he has filed against me, saying that now the reason that he's showing to them is that he lost his job, and he wants me and my children to go to India, but I am not agreeing with the point. So he wants me and my children to go to India. So I said, like, see, first of all, and in between this course, I received a call from one of his friend. The person who called me said that he was his friend, my husband's friend, but I do not know of any such person who was in friendship with my husband, because I had been with him for 12 years, and I haven't come across such a person until then. And all of a sudden now, in this 3 years, there are so many new friends coming up and saying me that these guys are my husband's friend, and they want to talk to me in regards to this. The only motive that they have is to just get me and my children out of Qatar. They don't want me here. They want me to go out so that I do not go proceeding with the case that I have filed against my husband. And it's not a small thing, it's a big issue. My husband, he had been misbehaving with my children, with my daughter and my son, and I had to file a case against him. This was when I was pregnant with my third baby, and then when I came to know about these issues, it was like that was the time when I got separated from my husband. So by that time I was 9 months pregnant, and it was almost about the time of my delivery. So I was kept in the hospital, and there was this case going on. There were procedures being done from forensic with my daughter, because my daughter was kept in the hospital and I was also in the hospital. We all three of us, like me, my daughter and my son, were kept in the hospital for the procedures, and it was a big issue. explain about that later on if it is required. But right now, this is the situation. They told me, they told me to go there. They will ask me all the documents. They will not do anything about it. They just want me to go from one office to the other and then from the next to the next. They do not want to do anything about the visa being renewed, or they just don't want us to be here. They just want me to go from one office to the other, then to the other, and then to the other. That's it. They do not do anything about our official documents to be cleared. So when Noora, the lady who called me from the technical office of CID, I told her this had been going on for such long time. So she was asking me like whether I am divorced, or it's like see, the same thing had been done to me and to my children while my children were not going to school. From when we had this issue, I told you my daughter was kept in the hospital, so I was also kept with my children in the hospital before my delivery, and then immediately after they released us from the hospital, I had to go on my labor. So again I was kept in the hospital, and then my children was taken away from me. They were kept in Amman, and I didn't know where my children were, and it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. Then after I got out of the hospital, I had to get my children. I got papers, and then I took all those papers and submitted, and then I got the children. And since then, they had not been going to school. Since I have faced all these situations after I came back from hospital with my third baby, I didn't have anywhere to reside because I didn't have financial aid, and I had to go through a lot of things at that time. And then I have even approached their school, but their school has informed me that they are no more with the register because they were absent for such long time because of all these issues. And in between this time I was not able to inform the school, because obviously because I am in such a big trauma, I am not in that kind of status to inform the school. Even I didn't even take up my passports. I didn't even think about that. Once I came to know that this guy, my husband, he is misbehaving to my children, all it came to my mind, the first thought that came to my mind was just to take up my children and just go out, just get away from him, because I am pregnant. The whole night from when I heard from my daughter and from my son that he had been misbehaving with them, I didn't sleep the whole night, and then I was so dizzy because I'm pregnant and I had my own issues, sleep issues and all those kind of issues that comes with pregnancy. And I was sure that I'll be going to sleep the next night, and my children are not safe here. So I just took them away without even thinking about anything else. I just wanted to secure my children. That's it. That's the only thought that came to me at that time. I didn't think about anything else. So after that, they were not able to go to school, and the school told me that they have sent email to my husband and there were no replies. So now the children are not in the role of the school. So okay, fine. I thought like fine, I will just change their school maybe. And I approached some schools, and then it was then they asked me to go to the ministry, and then again the whole thing started up. It was a whole play. Once I go to the ministry, they will ask me to go to school. I applied with Auric School here in Qatar, which is a Qatar Airways school. My husband, as I told, is an employee of Qatar Airways. He works for ground services. He works for the special wing of Qatar Airways, which is for Qatar executives, which is a private jet wing of Qatar Airways. That is for the VIPs here to travel around. So he might be having some kind of hold of somebody from there. That's why he's playing all these games. So now the school asked me to go to the ministry, and from the ministry they will ask me to go to the school. It had been the same thing. Just because my children had been shifting from Indian curriculum to British curriculum, what they say is, this is the rule of Qatar, and they say that no other country in the world has such a rule, and it is only Qatar that has such a rule that if you're going from Indian curriculum to British curriculum, then you'll have to lose one whole year. Why? Because they don't want our children who studies in Indian curriculum to study British curriculum. Is that so? Why should the children lose one year? So now the school has asked me to go to the ministry, and from there they won't be doing anything. They will be asking me to prepare a letter and give it to them. Then I'll have to prepare my letter in Arabic, so I'll have to go to the typing center with my content and I'll get them translated, and then all these procedures had been done, which was a total waste. They haven't done anything about it, and at last, when it was almost like the end of academic year, then they told me to put what you can do is, like, you can put your children in an Indian school and then transfer them to another British curriculum school. That's what the option was given to me from the ministry. So now my children already had lost their 2 years of education. I didn't want them to lose more of their time. So I just thought, like, okay, fine, I will put my children in Indian school for now, and then I'll be able to shift them to the Auric school, right? So I put them in Indian school. They have given me 3 options. They told me all the other Indian schools that I was about to put my children in, which were in the list of options, are not available, and there were 3 new schools which were starting in Qatar, which was the Loyola International School in in Oasis, and there is a Monarch School of DPS, which was also in that kind of area, and there was some other school called Galileo. So I chose Loyola because it was more closer to me, and which was of more convenience to me. So I put my children in Loyola for the time being, and then I had to shift them. That's what I had in my mind. So once I went with my children to Loyola and they have taken the test, they told me that, okay, my children are in the level to be put in 1 grade upper than the level that I have given them with all the papers and so and so. They were supposed to be in grade 4 and 5 at that time. They actually, from the ministry, what they have done is they actually degraded my children 1 grade lower than the level they were offered by Auric School. So again, because they didn't want me to go again and again and ask them for help, so what they have done is they just degraded my children so that I don't go to any other school or to the ministry. So now from the school they have told me that okay, the children can be put one grade above the level which was suggested by the ministry. So the school have talked with the ministry, and then it was agreed, and then the children were given their grades 1 year above the level that the ministry has proposed. And now my children were studying in grade 5 and 6. This year they had been promoted to grade 6 and 7. My daughter, she is in grade 7 now, and my son, he is in grade 6. They also completed their first term of this academic year. They have completed the third term of last year, and the fees and everything was given. It was all sorted out. But this year, with the they just completed their first term, and with the pandemic effect, I was actually not like all the financial aid that was coming have stopped, and now I do not have any financial assistance here. There is no financial assistance that's being provided to me. I had been now taking some money from back in India, and I had been getting some money from there, and whatever money I have, with that I'm trying to sort out whatever I can do. But with this money I have to do everything. Like if I want to go to the court, if I want to go, if these people are calling me, I have to go there. Our travel expenses, our grocery expenses, I can't manage everything with whatever little money I have. And they have stopped all the financial aid, saying that they do not have enough fund, or I don't know what their exact reason is, but they stopped funding us. So now I do not have any financial assistance, nor do I. My children are not going to school, neither are these people doing anything about our visa. So I am in a great trouble. And it was in this cause that I have received this call from Ms. Noora asking me to go there. Then I went and submitted all the documents in CEID office. And then after a few days she called me again, and she asked me, she told me that she will be giving me a number which I will have to produce to the immigrations department, and then they will sort out the problem. All right, I listened to her. I went there. I gave her all the documents, and the procedures were going on. She told me to give her a call after 2 days. I gave her a call. Then she said the procedure was not done. Again, she told me to call the next week, and then again the next week. It's like they're just passing on time. And then alhamdulillah, I got it done after 2 weeks time. She gave me a number, and she said, okay, with this number go to the immigration. They will do whatever rest of the things have to be done. They will do it. Fine. I went to the immigration. Then again the next play started. They're just playing drama with us. It's just nothing else. These are not actual officers. They are just pretending as if they are, and I don't know why and what reason is behind it. Because see, for these last 3 years we were here. If there has to be something done, if he has such a big hold here in Qatar, why don't they kill us? They can kill us, right? If they don't want us to be here, they can do something else. They can do a lot of things, but they actually want us here, but they pretend as if they don't want us to be here. And they're doing all these things so that they want this process to go on. I don't know what is their motive behind these, behind whatever they are doing, but there is some particular reason behind it, and I do not know what it is. And these people, they had been these people means the one that I'm mentioning as these people, it's like, it's not just my husband, it's a gang of people, it's a lot of people involved in this game, and there is a lot of money thrown into it, and there is a lot of business being done. I don't know what it is, but there is a lot of things going on back behind me which I do not know about. I am just going to these offices when they are calling me or when I have the necessity, and these people, they had been following me everywhere. Everywhere I go, they are there. These people are there, and they are the ones who I am meeting, and it's their people. Uh, the people who belongs to this particular gang or group, it's to them that I'm going and speaking. It's not to the actual real officers that I'm going and speaking to, and that's why I am not being able to get into any conclusion until now. They had been playing games for such long time, and it's not just some small group or something very negligible or some small thing going on. It is a big issue, and it's a big group of gangs with a lot of money, a lot of power in it. Those people who are playing all these games, they are really powerful here in Qatar. I do not know who is doing all of these, but these are really powerful people. They have a lot of money to throw into all this stuff to make it happen, and it's like they know everything about us. They even know whatever we are doing at home. They know what I am doing in my searches, like in my internet searches. They know, they even know whatever I'm thinking. That's how things are going on with me for the past 3 years. It's really a frustrating situation. It's like they have implemented some kind of chip or something into my body, and they are just tracking me, or they're just finding out whatever I'm doing. It just is like that. I do not know how to express it exactly, but it's like a really frustrating situation. It's so much of injustice being done to us. We do not have any privacy. Like whatever we are doing are being watched. That's the kind of situation that I am in. They know everything about whatever I'm doing, so they are already prepared. When I'm going out, they know that I'm going to this place, so they are already prepared with their people there, and I'm not being able to do anything about it. Because I do not know what exactly they have done to get all these like all these tracking that they are doing, like whether they have kept some cameras. I had tried to see whether they have put some cameras in my home or not, but I'm not such a big technical person to find out whether they have all these cameras, because cameras nowadays are just like a dot. An example of that they know everything about us is that once I went to the immigration, I had some official stuff to be done, and I just actually forgot to take my passport there. So I was just searching inside my folder, and this guy who was sitting in front of me, he was just saying, "Ha, forgot the passport." Like, I was searching for my passport just behind him. I was just sitting behind him, and I was just searching for my passport. I don't even know this guy. I don't know who this guy is. And he was just laughing and just saying that, "Oh, forgot the passport." That's how things work with me. If I am like planning to shift my home from here, once I go out, they will be they will be telling like, oh, we have rooms available here, we have flats available here, or that and this, or somebody will be like passing on by me. I don't even know this person, and they will be coming and asking me, do you need a room? So it seems like everybody in Qatar knows that I am looking for a room, or I'm looking for a flat, or I'm just shifting my accommodation. That's how things work out here from the last 3 years. That's how things are being done to me. So just imagine what kind of a situation that I would have passed through at that time. But now I know that this is the situation. I know that. But when it all started, it was really frustrating. It was really a kind of tense situation. Like we do not know what is going on. It's like your privacy is completely being attacked. You don't know when you are being watched, where you're being watched, who is watching you. Is there a big group of people watching you, or is there some one person watching you? Or it is a lot of things that were going on in our mind. And I just lost sleep. I was not able to sleep. And then I have baby, I had to feed my baby every 2 hours. It was a really whole packed up mess. So now the situation for me right now is that last Tuesday, again I told you about the person called Noura. She called me last Tuesday. It was like I was going to the immigration to renew the visas, but they were not renewing it. And then again, everybody get fed up at that point. I was just fed up, and I was not well enough to go, because I had been traveling every day. Once I will have to travel in the morning for all these official stuff, then I will have to come, and I'll have to look out the chores at home, and then again in the evening I have to go out, have to do the purchases for my groceries, and have to do other stuff. Like my car was under repair, so I had to go for that. And I was like so sick. I hardly had 3 or 4 hours to rest. And in between that times too, I have to take care of the baby. So it was a whole mess. I was not able to go for a few days. And then I got a call last Tuesday from the same person, from Noura, from technical office. She asked me like, what happened with you in the immigration? I told her the situation. I went to the immigration. They are not doing anything. They're just repeating the same thing again and again. All right, now she asked me to take all my passports, my passport as well as my children's passport. And she asked me to go there on Tuesday. But on Monday evening, my car was broken down. I had an issue with my car, and I was not able to drive. So on Tuesday morning, when I talked to her, I told her like, see, I do not have my car, so is it really important that I have to come today itself, or can I make it for another day? Once my car is repaired, I can go visit her. She said, no, you come today itself. It's something important. Just come today. Fine. I didn't have the money at that time, but still I just took a taxi. I went to CID office. She asked me whether you bought your passports. I gave her all my passports. She asked me to wait, and she was doing some work in her computers, and she printed out a document, and she just called somebody, some officer. His name was Lukman. It was written on his uniform. This guy came in. She handed over all my passport, and the document that she typed, she gave it to her, I mean to him. And she told me that, okay, go with him, he is going to help you. So I was like, okay, fine, because she gave me this number which has to be given to the immigration. But CAID office has nothing to do with immigration, like they cannot renew the visa and all the stuff. But I thought was like, maybe these guys, because they gave me this number, there is something to be cleared from here, so maybe they will clear all of those issues, and then they may give me some paper or something, and then I can directly go and renew my visa. So this was my thought when I was going along with this guy to the office that they mentioned. So he took me to another a room, another office, that is just it's all in the same building but another room. He took me there. He asked me to sit there. Okay, there was a police officer there, and not one, just a few of them in that room. And I was just sitting in the front. All of a sudden, my husband just walked in. Until then, he was not there. He just all of a sudden walked in and he was sitting there. And then I was like, to my surprise, I was like, I knew that this is again some kind of drama going to happen, because this had happened even before, once in Indian embassy and again once in the CID office itself. But at that time this lady didn't call me, she didn't do all these kind of drama. So this time I thought maybe they are calling me for some purpose. But then when he came and sat there, I understood that they are going to begin a new drama now. Okay, fine. Now he was sitting there, this guy, this officer, he told me that, okay, see, now you will have to leave to India, and you cannot stay here in Qatar. I will give you 5 days time. In this time you have to leave to India. I said I cannot go to India because I have some circumstances because of which I can't go to India. Okay, and so then he was asking me, do you have another sponsor? I said I do not have any sponsor. I do not know anybody here in Qatar. I do not have any friends. I do not have anybody here, because I was going through all these problems for the last 3 years, and before that I was with him, and my friends were like his, because I was brought up in UAE, I was brought up in Abu Dhabi, and all my friends are there in Abu Dhabi, not here. I do not have anybody here. We got married from Dubai, and then we stayed there for 6 years. After our marriage we stayed in Dubai for 6 years. Alright, so like we were married and we settled down there for 6 years, and then I had come across another incident that my sister passed away from Abu Dhabi. So I was in that shock, and we were in that kind of situation. We had to take her body to India, and it was in this cause that my husband got his new job offer from Qatar Airways, so we were to shift to Qatar. So I went with my sister's body to India, and along with my parents and my children. So he was alone here. He then took us here. We packed our all the things, and we got shifted to Qatar. And I was in India with my parents, and then he took me to his family. We were there for some time. So once he came here in Qatar, I didn't know about what his job here is, or we didn't have a proper discussion because of what kind of situation I was in, because we were in a big shock due to my sister's accidental death. She came across an accident, and she passed away at once. So it was an unexpected situation, and the incident was a real shock for all of us at our family. So, and then I was in India for 6 months, followed by my sister's death, and then I came back here in Qatar, and I didn't know anybody here. The friends that I have here were actually his friends' wives, that were my friends. I didn't have my own friends because I was not going to work or not going to study, or I didn't have any other kind of facilities here to make friends. So all my friends were his friends' wives or somebody like that. So not any other kind of friends that I had here. And so even after that, just followed by my sister's death, the next year my father passed away. So I have planned to go and stay with my mom for some time to support her. So I went to India, and I was there for some time, and it was a big mess because my family there are Christians and I am a Muslim. So they have a lot of issue. My relatives didn't want me to be there with my mother, and even my mother was not so supportive. So it was a really big mess, and in between this I was doing my course in architecture. I was doing B.Arch with TKM College of Kollam. But unfortunately, due to all these mess, due to all these issues that they have, I was not able to complete my course. I was unable to. There were a lot of issues at that time. Even there were hundreds of issues created by my husband. He will not send me money, and I had to pay my children's school fees. I had to look after my groceries. I had to look after my whole family, and I couldn't talk about this to my mother because ours was love marriage, and that is the system there in India, that already they are not supporting us. So I couldn't talk to her, and it was a real hectic mess that I had to go through at that time. So anyways, I had to come back after some time, and while I was about to come here, I was pregnant with the third baby, and that's when I came back here. My mother didn't want me to be with her anymore, so she asked my husband to take me and my children back to Qatar. So that was when we came back here in 2017. And then I was again, after staying here for a few months, I was again struck with this incident when I was 9 months pregnant. I came here when I was 3 months pregnant, and then in the course of 6 months again there was another issue, and then I had to take care of my children. So I took them along with me, and since then we had been going through all these problems. And now on Tuesday, when he was asking like whether you have any friends here, then call them. You cannot go out of the, that's what they were saying, you cannot go out of this office without a guarantor coming into the scene. Like they need a guarantor here to take me out of the office. See, they asked me to go there with my passport, saying that they are going to renew my passport, they're going to make everything all right. Okay, so that's what they have told me on the phone. So they just gave me all these fake call to take my passport away from me, and they told me that okay, once you come here they're going to do all the procedures. So they made me trust in them. Once I went there, they took my passport and they just made some document, and she didn't even show the document to me. She didn't give my passport or the documents to me. They didn't tell me anything. They didn't show me the document. And this guy, he was telling me, you have to go now to India. I told him I cannot go. This is my situation, I cannot go. He was asking me to bring a sponsor, bring a new sponsor, or bring a guarantor. I told him, okay, fine. See, he is my husband and he was my sponsor, and it is his duty to renew my visas, that which he is not doing. Okay, now if he wants If you want guarantor or if you want any sponsor or anything, ask him. It's not my duty to find a sponsor. It's his duty, because he is the one who brought us here. He is our sponsor, and not only my sponsor, he is my husband. And when I come on husband sponsorship, it is his duty to take care of all these things. It's not my duty. How can I just go around and just trust anybody and go into their sponsorship? This itself is a big mess for me. He is legally married, and we are having all the legal documents. He is my sponsor, he's my husband, he's my children's father. In all those ways he is supposed to sponsor us, which he don't want to do, because he is married to another lady and he want to bring that lady on his sponsorship. And now these people who claim that they are police, they're asking me to find my own sponsor and bring, and asking me to bring a guarantor, otherwise I cannot get out of this office. I said, I don't know anybody here. I can't call anybody here because I do not know anyone. And then this guy, my husband, he was calling someone. He was telling them, oh, I lost my job, I have bank loan, so I cannot go. And they were telling like even he has to go, he has to leave Qatar. And then after sitting there for some time, they have some other officers coming in. There are no lady officers at all. There were only men in that room, and I'm the only lady in that office. There is no ladies at all. And then they took me to the next room. They had another officer there, and to him also I spoke with him. I told him the same things, that I cannot go to India. So then they were asking me, okay, fine. They asked me to go out of Qatar and go to any other country, not in Qatar. They do not want to know whether I go to India or any other place or anywhere else. It's not an issue. For them, they want me to go out of Qatar. So I said, I do not have property, or I do not have any assistance in any other country. Where do I go? I cannot go anywhere else. And then this guy, they just went out. They were speaking with somebody else, and those people, they were asking this officer to say that not my business, just tell me, not my business. Then after some time he came, sat on his place, and he was saying, okay, fine, see, this is not my business, you can go anywhere, this is the rule, and we have orders from the ministry. Then I asked them, okay, fine, who said that I should not be here? Then they said that they have ministry orders. Fine, show me the ministry order. I asked them to show me the ministry order. No order. They said they can't show me the ministry's order. It is something that only they can see. I asked them why, if there is some order against me or any warrant against me, I should be seeing that, I should be knowing that. How can you just say that the ministry has given us an order and just take someone for granted? You just can't do that. You just can't take someone and tell that, see, the Qatar ministry or the Qatar government don't want you to be here, so just go out of the country. You just can't say that. There should be valid documents saying that this is the situation. They are not showing any documents. They are just saying it verbally, and they are going out discussing with somebody, and they are just coming out and talking to me. I said, no, I cannot go. I have my children at home. I want to go home. And then they give me two options. They are coming, after their discussion outside, they're coming back and telling me, okay, you have two options now. It's just like some game. You have two options, either to go to any other country or go to jail. I said, I cannot go to any other country because I don't have any other base anywhere else. Even here, I do not have my own home or my own stuff. I am renting it out with the help of these charities. Okay, this is all just This is all because of whatever hard work we had done for these whole 3 years. It is just the result of all this that we are at least having somewhere to stay, we are at least having something to do. All these took time, and it took a lot of effort to put it all together and just bring it up. And now they are telling me to go somewhere else. It's difficult for me to go to a new country and make up all these things. Like, what do they think? I do not have any financial support. I do not have any kind of other support. I don't know anybody anywhere else. So how can I just go to any fresh country and go and start my livelihood without any base at all, with, and that too with these 3 children? I do not have any problem. If I was alone, maybe I could have tackled it in a better way, because I was alone. I asked her, why do you need my house key? So she was telling me, okay, my husband would go and open up my flat, and he will see my children. So I was like, why? This is my house key. I should not be giving it to you, especially in a situation when I don't trust them. I have strong doubts that these people are not real officers, and they're just pretending to be police officers. And how can I give my house key to anybody? Even if the police officer have come and asked me, how can I give my house key to them? My children are alone here, and my elder daughter, she is 13 years old. How can I give the keys to them? And they are saying that my husband will come and take care of my children. My husband haven't been looking after, or just don't even care about my children for all these 3 years, and all of a sudden now he will come and open up my home and take care of my children. So this was the scenario there. I didn't give the keys then. So now these police officers, they gave me 2 options, saying that you can go today and come back tomorrow, or you are going to the jail now. I said, see, I need to go to my children, because my children, they are small and they are sleeping there. They do not know about all these incidents. Okay, and about tomorrow, I do not know, because I do not have that much of money. I am living with the help of these charities. Okay, I do not have enough money to go and come every day. So this is my situation. And they were like, okay, fine, and then sit here, and they just went again to the other people who are standing outside. I don't know who is standing outside. They will ask me to sit here, and I'm not supposed to go out and see who is there, or whatsoever. And then after some time, they just came and picked me up. They told, like, there was another lady by my side, and we both were the only 2 people in this room. After sitting there for some time, they asked us to, okay, come. So then we just went back of them. They took us outside, and there was a van which was parked outside. And all these officers, these lady officers were there, and there were some men who have come, and they were all standing there, and they were asking me to get into the van. I asked them, where you're taking me? There is no papers, there is no documents. Where are you taking me? I didn't do any crime. I have my children at home. I want to go back to them, and I want to take care of them. They said, no, you get into the van. I said, I can't get into any van. I don't know where you are taking me. How can you just take me somewhere? Like, just think of the situation. If they take me somewhere, and I am put in somewhere, and my children do not know about where I am, and I have kept them here, and I locked the doors, and they're inside the flat. There is nobody to take care of them. And they are not just listening to you, and they are just telling you to get into the van, and that's what they are doing. That's it. They don't want to listen to whatever you say. Then there was a guy. He was a little bit old. He is the driver of the van. He told me that, okay, see, now the office hours are over. We are taking you to another office, and your embassy people will be coming there. Somebody from the embassy will be coming, and then they will talk with you, and they will do the rest of the thing. See, the embassy, when I went there with my baby, when I just delivered my baby and I didn't have anywhere to go, I didn't have a home or anywhere, and my two elder childrens, they were not with me. When I went to the embassy, they haven't done anything at all. They told me that they do not have any space for me to live in, and they cannot provide me with any shelter. Okay. And I have to find my own. That's what my embassy has told me. They didn't help me at all. They just said that the baby is too small, the baby may get any infection or so, and they do not have any specific place for us to stay. So that was my situation when I went to the embassy for help. So now these people are telling me that now the embassy people are going to come and help me. Help me for what? Maybe they will just get me back to India. That might be their plan. But I cannot support that, because I have a life. I have to see my children's future too. I can't just dance according to somebody's tune. They were just telling me just get into the van, and I didn't get in. So now they just pushed me into the van. I just went and hit myself. I just hit my hand here, and I had some wound here, and there were so many wounds on my legs too. And now they took us to another office. There were two lady police officers who came, and they just took us inside. And I told them the situation. See, I have my children at home, and they do not have anybody else, and I was just explaining them about the situation. Then they asked me, didn't the officer who called you to get the passport tell you to bring your children when you came here? Then I said no, they didn't ask me. They just told me that they are going to renew my visas, they are going to help me. That's what they said. And then she asked me, who called you? Then I gave her the details, and she called someone. And they asked me to sit there on the reception of this new office. This office, I think it is a deportation center of ladies. There were some boards in which it was written ladies section and all. So and there were some Kenyan ladies, and there was one Filipino lady too when we went back. So they I think they were being deported. They had their baggages ready. So these people, these two officers who were there, they were talking to this lady called, I think they talked to Noura, I don't know. They talked with some officers, and they said, okay, they will leave you now, but you will have to wait. There will be a van coming to pick up those people who are being deported. Okay, and in that van I can also go. Fine, I waited there for some time. And then after some time the van came, and there was another officer who came with me. They took me out with that officer, and those ladies who were being deported, they were sitting on the back seat. I was in the front with the officer, lady officer. And then they took me back to this office from where they took me out. And there were some paperwork. Again, they handed me over to some guy. He was a driver, and she gave some paper. He was supposed to drive me to some other office, and they took me in a secured van, like the van in which there are a lot of grills, and it is like high secured van, highly secured van. And they just took me to another office, and then from there they had some paper, some signature work or something like that going on, some paperwork, and they have done that. And again he gave me a copy of that, and he asked me to go. He took me back to this office and then asked me to go. So I came back. I was just, Alhamdulillah, I was just relieved at that moment when he said like to go. I was just relieved. I asked them in between these times when I was taken back to this office. I asked them for my passport. They said they will hold it. They will not give it to you like that, and they will hold it. And then again, Alhamdulillah, I was out of that office. I just took a Karwa taxi. I came out, and then I came back to my home. And it was a really hectic day. It was a really messy situation. I have not gone through anything like this in my life. I had been going through a lot of things in my life for the past 3 years, and even before that from my husband. Like my husband used to harass me a lot. So, but that is another situation. I had never been taken to any jail, or I had never been taken to any these kind of deportation centers or anywhere. So for me to have such a situation, it was like so hard on me. I was not. I was in a really bad shock, and it took maybe like 1 or 2 days to just get out of the situation. But then I can't just be lying on the bed. I can't just be sitting somewhere on the corner, because I have to feed my children. I have to take care of them. So just imagine what if something happened to me. Who would have been there for my children? Like, they tortured me for so many hours, and uh, Alhamdulillah, I'm happy that I haven't gone I haven't gone any kind of uh, mentally like into that kind of situations, because these are kind of situations which can make you mad, which can, which can break you in many ways. Alhamdulillah, I'm so uh, so so uh, so thankful to Allah that he had he had given me the strength to withstand this kind of situation. Alhamdulillah. But this should not come to anyone. These kind of situations should not happen to anyone, because there is something called human rights. Every human have their own right. It is not like everybody or anybody can take you for granted. They can make use of you, and then they can just throw you out and then make you suffer, and just play you around like a puppet, and just treat you like a slave, and do whatever they want to do with you as they please. That is not just done. That is not how things should work. Every human should be given their right, no matter whether they are poor, they are rich, or whatsoever. Everybody have their own rights. Even a child have his or her own right. They should be valued. It's not like once you grow up, your ambitions are dead. You do not have any motive in your life at all you have to do is to just look after your family and just sit there. No, you are an individual. You are a human. You have your own you have your own rights, you have your own dreams, you have a lot of things to do here. We are not just here to just grow up, get married, have children, suffer, and just go through all these kind of situation, and then just end up our life with all these negative stuff that is going around you, and then get depressed, be deceased, be unhealthy, and then just die of due to that sickness which you are left with as a after effect of whatever you have suffered in your life. We have things to do in our life. We have a lot of things to do in our life, and when we are put into such kind of situation, all those opportunities, all those things that not have the financial capacity to move forward in your life, like it's not like a once we have a situation, we come into a halt and we stop there, and the next day what are we going to do? We have to move forward in our life. I have my children's education to be done. I have goals in my life too, and there are so many things that we need to achieve and acquire, and we have to move forward in our life. And when these kind of situations affect us, it's going to mentally affect us, it's going to physically affect us, and it's a whole mess. And it's actually an unwanted situation that my husband is creating for me, and all he cares is just about himself. He just want me to go out of here, and it's not just him, it is a planned attack by a group of people. I don't know, this kind of situations may be experienced by many other people I do not know about. So I want people to, if somebody come across my video, somebody who experienced these kind of situations in their life, and if someone is coming across my video, so please get in touch and just bring in all these kind of act that's being done, which is pure injustice. So all I need to say from whatever I have spoken, that we need justice. We need justice in our life. Everybody have the right to live their life, but when such things are done to someone, so when such situations come to us, everything is coming to a halt. The children's education, their future, our future, everything is coming to a halt, and then we go into this dilemma, and then we are not being able to do anything in the proper way. Is that what we all need? We all need to be positive. We all need to take our life positively and live positively and die positively. That's what we want. We want to help others. We want to be with each other whenever we are in need. But these kind of people, they just don't want to live your life. They just want to make you their puppets, and they want to achieve whatever they want in their life using you as a puppet. So please, those who have listened to my video, those who have come across my video, if any one of you can help me in any ways, like by providing me information on what I can do in my kind of situation, is there anything that could be done? As I have said, I am in Qatar, so maybe if somebody who is authorized in Qatar, they can help me. If somebody come across my video, those who can help me, please get in touch with me. I'm leaving my WhatsApp number, I'm leaving my detail here. So if in case anybody can help me in this situation, please kindly get in touch. I need my passports back. I need to sort out this problem that had been happening with me. If there could be any kind of legal actions, or any knows about where I should go, and who I should talk to, and how I can sort out this situation, please get in touch with me and just give me the right advices that where I should be going and what I should be doing. And thank you so much for watching me and listening to me for this long time. Thanks a lot for your patience, and just share this video to as many people as possible, so that people come to know that there are such kind of situations that people are going through, and these kind of things are being done to people, and those who are planning to go to certain countries, please be aware of all these kind of attitudes. If you're going out, you should make sure that you're in a proper situation. Please don't uh, uh, get into all these kind of people, or just try to make yourself safe and secure. When a person knows about another individual's story, that's when we get alert. That's what my motive is, to make you alert about the situation that I am in. And you may even come across some, maybe if you come across such kind of situation, you should be knowing what to do, and where to go, how to do it. It's a whole mess. Please, if anybody can help me out, please try and get in touch with me. Thank you so much.